Card evolutions are here, and every single month we are getting a brand new card evolution. Today we are going to look at some cards and what they are going to evolve into. Starting off with everyone's favorite card, the Hog Rider. Now the Hog Rider is a 4 elixir card. That means his evolve card is going to have a 2 card cycle. Now just like all evolve cards, they all have unique abilities, and the Hog Rider is going to be crazy. When the Hog Rider gets taken out, it's going to separate into 2 different troops, a Royal Hog and a Rider. The Royal Hog is obviously going to work like a singular Royal Hog, doing that little bit of extra damage to your tower, and the Rider himself is going to work like a knight, where he can just walk around and hit any troop. The reason why I think this concept is going to come to Clash Royale is because it's already inside Clash of Clans, another Supercell game. You guys can see I put down a Hog Rider here. He goes towards the buildings like always, but when he gets taken out, it does actually separate into a Super Hog and a Super Rider. A very cool concept, and we know they take inspiration from Clash of Clans because the Super Barbarians are the same as the Evolved Barbarians. Now let's take a look at stats. Evolutions always get a huge buff, and the Hog Rider is going to be no exception. He's going to most likely get a hit speed increase and a health increase, very similar to what they did with the Evolved Mortar. If this card actually comes, it will break the game and be the most broken evolution we have ever seen. Next we're going to look at the Evolved Mirror, and this one I'm super confident will come to the game. So first of all, the Evolved Mirror, I think is going to have a 1 card cycle, just because the mirror could be very hit or miss. It's going to work just like a normal mirror, but instead of mirroring your cards, the Evolved Mirror will mirror your opponent's card. So for example, if your opponent plays a princess, you don't have a princess in your deck, but you do have the Evolved Mirror. The Evolved Mirror will show a princess and allow you to play a princess. This would create some wild games and could actually make the mirror viable. Of course, the troop would cost 1 more elixir, but be 1 level higher. For you guys that do not know, 6 years ago, Clash Royale did a podcast and they said how they actually had this idea. At the time they had some problems with the card, but they said they would put a pin in it, meaning it might come to the game at a later date. This seems like the perfect opportunity for the Dark Mirror. I actually made a video about this before, and now I'm starting to get comments saying how this could be the mirror evolution, and I agree. Next we're going to take a look at a building, and this is the Inferno Tower. So because the Inferno Tower is a 5 elixir building, I reckon it's going to have a 1 card cycle, and the evolved version of the Inferno Tower is going to allow it to hit multiple things. Again, we're going back to Clash of Clans because Clash Royale is based on Clash of Clans. In Clash of Clans, the Inferno Tower has 2 settings, the single target setting and a multi-target setting. Single target, it heats up faster and can melt big tanks. The multi-target helps a lot against Swarm. I think this would work great inside Clash Royale and actually make the Inferno Tower a very viable building. This would also benefit log bait players because they wouldn't have to rely so heavily on their princess to deal with Swarm units. On top of that, there is a skill gap with this evolution. In some games, if you're playing against a Lava Hound deck or a beatdown deck, you're going to want that single target Inferno Tower majority of the time. However, if you're playing against a bait deck, you're going to want that multi-target, meaning you will have to keep a really good track of your cycle in order to have the right Inferno Tower at the right time. Moving on to the next concept, I saw this on Reddit, but it's for the Barbarian Battle. The Barbarian Battle obviously is a cheap spell that spawns a Barbarian when it's done rolling. Well, for this concept, they think it's going to have a 2 card cycle. Obviously, it's a cheap spell, so that makes sense, and it's actually going to spawn an elite Barbarian instead of a normal Barbarian. I think this is a cool evolution. It's like a nice little bonus, but nothing too crazy that could break the game. Let me know your evolution ideas in the comments, leave a like and subscribe for more.